Queen Elizabeth II sought 15 prime ministers at the helm of the British government across her storied 70-year reign, from Winston Churchill to Liz Truss via Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair, and Boris Johnson. Her late Majesty was famous for her ability to lend an impartial ear to party politics, welcoming leaders to Buckingham Palace, listening to the machinations of the Westminster set, and offering the kind of advice that can only ever come from the crown. Queen Elizabeth would never intrude into partisan affairs, nor would she, as head of state, express personal opinions with regard to the personalities of her prime ministers, until that is to the final days before her death, when she reportedly made a particularly pointed private joke with regard to Boris Johnson. Knowing that her health was in decline, yet determined to carry out her last official duty, the late Queen had moved to Balmoral in September 2022. It was from her beloved Aberdeenshire estate that on the 6th of September she appointed Liz Truss as Prime Minister. Earlier that day, the late Queen had formally accepted the resignation of Boris Johnson, who stepped down from the role amid a maelstrom of very public scandals. As expected, the Queen carried out the duties with grace and dignity. At the age of 96, she'd had a lifetime's experience of dealing with incoming and outgoing prime ministers. Just 2 days before her passing, Queen Elizabeth likely knew that this transition of power would be her last, and it's under this cloud of mortality that she showcased her famously dry sense of humor. According to a new book by Tim Shipman, the late Queen allegedly revealed her true thoughts about Boris Johnson in a rather acerbic joke at the former prime minister's expense. The Queen reportedly said, "At least I won't have that idiot organizing my funeral now." According to Shipman, it was an attempt to amuse those closest to her, who were no doubt aware that the longest reign in British history was soon to come to an end.